Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're up for another Sunday adventure. I don't know how exciting of a run this is going to be today. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I've got a serious case of the brown bottle flu going on here today. Friday was my 49th birthday. Man, still weird to say. 49 years old. Crazy. Anyway, had a few beers last night. Yeah, and a couple of Big Marys and Mary Browns at like 10:30, which I totally didn't need. And like I said, a pile of beer. So I wouldn't exactly say I'm at full strength here today, but anyway, it's Sunday. If we don't get out, we're not going to get out the week. Starting to rain a little bit here now, of course, right on cue. Beautiful all weekend, and as soon as we go for a ride. So I'll do my best to try and keep the camera clean here, but you know, it is what it is when it's raining. I think we're going to go up the Southern Shore Trailway. Well, that sounded weird, didn't it? The Southern Shore Trailway, and have a look at the new shack that they built up there. Warm-up shack. Looks pretty sick, man. We drove past last week when they were in the last video, but we didn't put anything in the video because they were still working on it. But I think it's pretty much done now. So we're going to go up there and take a look, see what it looks like. Come with us. Yeah, Tyler was just giving his bike a squeak check there, shake it back and forth, and there's a lot of similarity between the CForce Gen 2 platform and the regular Outlander, Can-Am Outlander Gen 2 platform. And all the previous versions of the Can-Ams were bad for that, the squeak. You know, when I guess the bushings or whatnot, but you see, look, this one, hardly anything out of this. A little bit here and there, but nothing significant. I was just saying to Tyler that there's a lot to like about these G3s. They've been taking a bad rap so far, but there is a lot of improvement over the G2 platform. There's no doubt about it. But it's just the trust, man. You know, I have a hard time trusting it. Let me down a couple times already. See lots of horror stories on the Facebook groups, but you know, Tyler just made a good point, right? That there's lots of fellas out there that haven't had any problems. So maybe it was just a bad run of manufacturing or something, man, or no, who knows. But anyway, we're gonna go rip it anyways and see how it goes. Anyway, look, I can't even talk today, man. I'm so like needs to get some fresh air on board here. All right, let's go. Well, she started that done. That's a good sign. We're in sport mode here. Today I'm gonna leave it in two-wheel drive. Okay, a lot of people seem to have an opinions about me riding in four-wheel drive, but I don't know. Here's the thing about riding a 100 horsepower quad on a dirt road. A lot of times, if you don't have it in four-wheel drive, you won't be able to get it to go max speed because it just spins the tires. Even at like 100 kilometers an hour, it spins the tires like crazy. But this rain hopefully will keep a bit of the dust down, because otherwise it'd be a super dusty day out here. I'll try to keep the camera clean, like I said, best I can. But I wouldn't suggest you're in for the best narration on this video today. As I said, my brain is just not functional today. Let's go for a little rip. So far so good, but it seems to work better if you just let the fuel pump kick in. I mean, I know a lot of Can-Am guys, well, a lot of any brand guys really do that stuff all the time. Just kind of let the fuel pump kick in, or like fully kick in before you actually try and start it. But I don't know. I've never really done that on any other Can-Am I had, and it wasn't an issue. But somebody had commented on YouTube on my last video saying that there's some new regulations now, it's government regulations that require the fuel rails in the engine to be empty when the machine is off. Some kind of EPA, environmental, blah blah blah. And it was saying that that's the reason why there was rough starts on machines. Then I had a couple of people chime in and said that wasn't just even their Can-Ams, it was on other brands as well. CFMoto and Honda said both. People commented and said that when they bought the machines from the dealer told them to do that. Let it sit until the fuel pump is fully engaged before you try to start it. So who knew? I didn't. Try to keep the camera clean, try my best. And the road is brutal in this part here. Man, it was like beautiful summer days. The last 4 or 5 odd days. We goes out today, gray skies and rain. Figures. Signs for the trailway all the way up here if you don't know where you're going. Just follow the signs. The entrance up here to the 1,000 Acre Marsh. You might be familiar with it if you're from this area. Fan's been working good so far. Hopefully it stays that way. Check this place out, man. What a spot, eh? Yeah, so this is the new warm-up shack that the organizers, builders, I guess, whatever you want to call them, of the Southern Shore Trailway have built this pretty darn cool little warm-up shack up here, man. Look at this thing. They've done a bunch of fundraising and a number of different fundraising initiatives, really, and used the money to, well, first and foremost, construct the trail in the first place, which they've done a great job on. And then they used the remainder of the funds to build this place, which is pretty darn cool, man. Yeah, man, check this out. Oh, they got a little logbook on the go here now, look. Yeah, look, they got a Milwaukee and a DeWalt battery, M18 battery set up here, so you could just bring your own battery for a Milwaukee or a DeWalt, plug it in there, and that'll give you lights inside here, which is pretty darn cool as well. Oh, I see, look, Barton's Automotive made a donation. Looks good. Yeah, Craig Barton, by good dude. All the building materials came from Witless Bay Home Harbor. Yes, boy. Big box of nails on the go. Pretty cool so far. And I really like, I don't want to be the one that says this, but you know, as we're both thinking it, right? I hope that it stays in good shape. I see that they haven't put a wood stove or anything here yet. And I suspect that that's probably because they're just waiting to see if the people that use this place respect it or not, because as you've seen on videos that we shoot in this area on a regular basis, that's not always the case. That sometimes these places get trashed. I hope that doesn't happen in this one, because this has got to be the best one I've ever seen by far, hey? Hey, Tyler? Definitely. I mean, by far, really. Like, this is a proper spot. So I really hope that means that it, Tyler signed the logbook, I'll sign it out too. Hopefully that means that people will respect it by not blow it up. I say blow it up because honestly, it wouldn't really surprise me if someone did, but I really hope they don't. Anyway, great job, guys. Great job on the trail organizer committee, the dudes that are working on all this stuff. They just took it upon themselves, man, to build this trail, and they friggin' did it. Got excavators out in the woods here and just built this darn trail, man, that connects us to Bay Bulls area from the Ghouls. I mean, you could always go up the old track before, but, you know, as you've seen in many of our videos over the years, going up the track is not for the faint of heart. So this just makes it so much easier. Looks really good.
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I got a fire extinguisher, little first aid kit, like I said, some battery hookups. I'll smile around camera. Hopefully that means I got some trail cams put in the woods around here. Again, I don't want to sound like negative about it, but shacks around here don't have a good history of lasting that long without being destroyed by what we refer to as skeets in this area. Anyway, let's enjoy a trail soda here now and get back on the trail. Man, the weather is really not cooperating on the filming aspect today. Here's this guy keeping as clean as I can. The sound of that CFMoto, hey? That's totally stock. I think he's got a bigger exhaust tip on it or something, but other than that, it's all stock exhaust. It's a nice sound to it. Alright, you want to go try to find Joey's? Huh? Go to find Joey's cabin? Alright. Well. Alright, we're going to try to find Joey's shack now, see how this place is doing. Joey's or not, actually. Following Tyler's lead here. Hopefully he knows where he's going. Looks like quite the little mud hole down there, man. Alright, let's check it out. We're back here at Joey's now. Joey Pool, as I understand from the ghouls. This was his place. We've been in here a couple times before, but it's been a while now, so we figured we'd just come in and check it out. Everything seems good. Dartboard on the go. Excuse me. That's quite the stove, man. Got the old style, you know. You put the wood in here, you can cook on top of it. I believe this is an oven, right? Put something in there and cook it. And then back here, I guess just Joey up there. Back here, there's a little bunk out. It's quite the spot by. Good to see nobody messes with this one, it seems. Yeah. That there's been at least some level of respect with this one. Oh, yeah, a few cups and stuff around. She's slanting a bit though, hey? The floor. Feel it down this side. Nothing to stop you from using it, mind you, but
Seen better days.
yeah, I could definitely use a little bit of work right now, I think. See, you can see it almost here. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it's pretty tilted. But in good shape otherwise. So I was just saying to Tyler over at the other shack we were just at, is that the guys over there should build a little overhang so you can sit out here and have your beer or whatever. Well, yeah, it's quite the spot, eh? Yeah, really good to see nobody nobody's destroyed this one. I'd say this is one of the better ones left around now.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Pretty cool. Well, Joey seems like he's in decent shape. Like I said, it's a little bit slanted now. I don't know if that needs to be lifted up. Level back out again. Trail goes down there, wherever that goes. But other than that, yeah, she's in good shape, and everybody seems to respect this one and leave it alone, so that's good. Hopefully that will be same treatment that the one out on the main trail gets the new one. Till next time, Joey. Everywhere around here. Hoping the rain might shag off, but it seems like it's just getting worse, so. Probably soon have to call it a day. what, guys, if you are up on this trailway, on the new Southern Shore Trailway, looks like they got a ditch dug here, I guess, for drainage. Obviously, it's for drainage. In any case, if you weren't ready for that and you hit it, you would probably end up over the handlebars. So anybody that's out here riding, just keep an eye out for that as you're coming up the road, okay? They got the signs up there, use those back to schools. So this would have been the old trail. And like I said, it's not to say you couldn't make it up that way, but it was a lot more work and a lot more muddy. This trail kind of opens it up there for everybody to get out, you know. All these trails are so rocky, man. I mean, it's not the end of the world or whatever, but it certainly does take away from the enjoyment of riding on it. I mean, you're just constantly on these bumps like this. Brought my drone with me today. I was going to do a really cool drone shot of where that cabin is, but too wet. I don't mind a little bit of rain on the drone, but it's like full on rain in here now. It can't be at that. It'll kill the drone. But next time, maybe.